Maya.
Feel free.
Welcome to the Dice Initiative. Welcome to the Dice Initiative. Welcome to the Dice Initiative. Welcome to the Dice Initiative.
That was really good.
Welcome to the Dice Initiative!
Jesus Christ, the waveform on this.
Can we start the recording with that?
Oh no, we are 100% starting with it. Okay, and welcome back to the Dice Initiative, as was said about 10,000 times. I think you know what the show is by now. To episode 6. We are picking up after the group of now 4 finally caught up with Malekov and brutally murdered him. Well, not murdered him, he killed himself at the end after being captured. But where are we going?
Brutal murder or suicide. That's what I've written down.
Pretty much. And are now on their way to the town of Erefeev, following some information that the train that Malekov was going to be on was heading there to be met by someone named Gallo of Clan Murado. The walk is about a week, so we won't bore you with the general talking and whatever they do. Maybe we will. What do you do on this week, travel?
Wait, did we decide to walk?
There
I mean,
wasn't
there's
any
no other way.
Oh, Jesus. Can we at least jog it out? Does jogging make it shorter?
Okay,
you want to jog for
6.5 days. If you jog 6.5 days.
Do we all suffer from Forrest Gump syndrome, where we can just, run forever? Or jog forever?
Yeah, just like a light
I mean,
jog
have you played
forever.
any RPG ever?
Velaskarevich over here is only a speed 5 and he's wearing lots of armor.
I can take off my armor for a week long.
You still
walk.
have
You just have to carry it.
We put the armor on the wolf.
Yeah, exactly. It's a wolf pack.
If we're walking, yes.
I mean, I could just buy a horse/donkey/attendant.
Yeah, I was thinking things instead of pack animal would be a good idea
Yeah.
if we're going to walk for a week.
Yeah, why do we not hire a donkey?
Can we hire a donkey?
Wouldn't your wolf eat the donkey?
Oh, boy.
Don't get him too close, you'd be right.
What's his name again?
Jeff.
Jeff, that's right.
Jeff the wolf.
Jeff the wolf.
I was trying to think of a donkey pun that fits in with the word either Uber or Lyft, but I really was struggling just then.
It's pretty
Ass. Catch an ass.
Well, I mean, it's good you didn't, because you would have made an ass of yourself. You are also aware that you're looking for a alchemist of some sort that kept coming up in your findings while you were looking for Malekov. Some kind of alchemist he was in talks with, who is at or around Erefeev.
A brosim.
No.
What would you have his name? No, never, I'm not going to remember it.
You don't know anything else about the alchemist.
I'm not gonna
You don't know
remember.
anything about the alchemist. You do know a brosim,
Okay.
or you at least know her name. You don't know what the gender is.
Their name.
Oh, wow.
Their name. That's the one. Their name.
Okay, let's start walking. Put on my backpack. I don't have a wolf. I just have myself.
Bizarrely, rules as written, if I take off my armor and put it into a backpack, I get lost.
Yeah, well,
As a person who's actually worn armor in reality, that's not how that works.
No.
It's
I would
much
kind of think it's
easier.
slightly the opposite, right?
it is. I've seen a video of someone in full knight armor versus someone like
There's an army guy.
army guy in full flak, and the dude in the armor is so much faster.
Because it's on your body. You're just moving.
But
with
also,
it, like-
people think like, oh, all the armor makes you very stiff. No, it's incredibly maneuverable. Like it's like you're still very free to move around.
Because it's like 40 pieces, not like 3, right? So there's like this piece, and then this piece, and then this piece, and then you've got like this piece here, and this piece.
I mean,
It's also
you've
got
missed
chainmail.
about a dozen, but
Exactly my point. Exactly my point.
that aside, it usually doesn't cover a lot of joints on the cheaper end, but weight distributed around you is usually easier. The reason you put it in a bag is so that you can put it down occasionally.
So you're not wearing it to go to bed.
I mean, we should though in this game because if
wear armor to
history
bed.
shows, I'm gonna wake up with a fucking collar on my neck.
that literally happened 5 episodes ago.
Yeah,
happened
and once is enough.
That was one time.
Are you a DM or a GM or otherwise stated? What are you?
What are you?
That's
Why?
a really deep question.
Why are you?
Why are you?
How am I?
No, we don't care about that.
Why?
More to the point, why are you?
Well,
And also, what are you?
Halia starts walking along the train line.
GM or DM, it doesn't matter. They're both the same.
GDM.
GM?
GDM.
GDM.
That sounds like some kind of techno music.
I think it's really industrial, but anyway.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. Roll your dice. Okay, let's go.
Never's gonna have a fucking field day with this one.
They're just gonna
GM.
cut out like 10 minutes at the start.
All right, GM. We start walking up the train tracks.
All right. So is there anything?
special?
This walk is rather uneventful. So is there anything specific you want to do on this walk?
Yes, I want to mention that he's definitely a GM because he's Benjamin.
Hey!
Wow, wow, wow.
It's a J.
Well, I can call you. Yeah, I'm gonna call you the fucking JM.
There's no G in my name.
You know what? You don't like fun.
Now who's being the ass?
Yeah. Don't yuck my yum.
What?
You don't like fun? That's fine. Go somewhere else.
He's so like fun.
Don't yuck.
This is my game. How dare you try and subvert it?
Welcome to my house.
I'm gonna learn knitting in the weeks.
Alright, you want to try
A week.
A week.
So if no one
Working
has
my yodeling.
any objections to, or any ideas for what they want to do on the way there, we'll just say you arrive at Erefeev.
Oh, yeah, sure. I walk
Have a plan.
stealthily and look out for traps along the way, and I guess we get there safely.
Well, I would like you to roll a detection check, please.
Detection.
I'm just gonna trudge down the train tracks till I either get there or I'll run over. One of those two are the only options.
I don't think any train's going anywhere if it encounters you. I think you're both just gonna stop.
You are bigger than a train.
No.
Is that a 6?
Yes.
6 plus 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12.
Yes,
12.
You don't see any traps.
Because there are none?
I don't know.
You don't see any.
Aren't you the JM?
Yeah, I am. I'm not going to tell you.
Also, there was a train that came by here, like, within the last day or so. So I'm sure that would have set off any proximity alarms.
Yeah.
True, more like ambushes or anything, but it doesn't matter. We get there safely.
You do find some bushes. You
I
park a lot of
urinate
them.
on them.
Huh?
I urinate on them.
Okay.
It's just free action.
You.
Free action.
Yeah.
If a dog comes by, they'll know this is your area.
Excellent.
Good thinking.
All right.
Jeff has fun hunting wild rabbits in the area while we're
Sounds good.
traversing.
Well,
he is well fed?
he could get us rabbits so like we could make them for dinner and stuff. Make a nice stew or
I don't think Jeff's one for sharing.
that's fair.
But I can go with him occasionally
And rescue some of them.
and nick one while he gets like 3.
Yep.
Fair. Split it up.
All right. So when the four of you arrive at Erefeev, first you got to go through some farmland, just general farms. I don't know, what do you farm at farms? Farm stuff.
Like grain.
Food.
Oh my god.
corn.
Food, grains, some cows, a few horses, not too many. It's a bit poor, but when you get to the town itself, it seems incredibly run down and almost like too quiet. You see people around, but they're very just nervous. About half of the houses are boarded up. The road itself is just a dirt road. It's not a very wealthy town. And off in the distance, through the clouds, you see what you can only assume is the Tower Tombafir, which was mentioned to you in the notes. Off in the distance through the mist. As you walk in, two people spot you and head over.
What do they look like? These people.
Wow, wait, Oshima, I wasn't going to tell you.
Before we get to that,
Okay.
have we technically entered Ord yet?
No, you haven't. That's a good... You are like right on the border, but this town is like pretty much you walk an hour or so one direction, you'll move over into Ord. But you are still technically in Kador. But any conversation or whispers that you hear around you, because people aren't talking very loudly, but it's a mixture of Kadoran and Ord accents.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mixture of both.
As we entered the town, did we notice if the livestock in the farms look sickly, starving, just lower amounts of flocks?
Just lower amounts of flocks. There's no signs of them being sick or
Okay.
anything like that. And the crops,
Like well looked after?
not really.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Erefeev with shuttered windows and boarded doorways is, as far as you can tell, it looks like to be a dying town. Smoke rises from only one in every dozen chimneys, and the silence is thick. You really do feel it. A heavy-set man with a thick mustache sees you as you make your way into the town and crosses the road to intercept you. He's accompanied by a taller, slightly thinner man who follows behind him. Both men have pistols and truncheons, and from the way they walk, you kind of get an air of authority, so you can kind of recognize them as local law enforcement. He walks up to you and is like, "Greetings to the town of Erefeev. I would say, wish you a warm welcome, but as you can see, we're not having, the best of times here."
I've actually never been here before, so I have no comparison point. Is this not what the town's normally like?
Oh, do you think the town would normally be like this?
This is my first time out in this part of the part of the lands. I don't really know what humans are supposed to be like. I look at the human member of our team and say, look, is this what they're normally like? Or is this like an unusual town settlement for humans,
I love that she implies I'm not human. This is just...
You are tall and beautiful, and not what I think humans are mostly like, so...
You're a shining example, Val, of you're an outstanding specimen.
Some would say like an exemplary model.
I must introduce myself. I am Sheriff Sergio Albano, and here is my deputy, Philip Miguel. I don't want to be rude, but you really, I'd recommend you just keep going on about your business and leave the town. It's dying, and if it's not already dead.
That is very heavy to be greeted on the border of this town.
Look, I don't want
What's
anything.
wrong?
I don't want anything untoward to happen to you. Like, people have been going missing here. It's been happening for a while. Look, I just,
Like what?
Is there something we can help with?
I don't know what you can do to save a dying town.
Well, why is it dying? Is it because I don't know, is coal going out of fashion? Like what's going on?
If people are going missing, that's something that
People
we can help
are
with.
missing. And by missing, I mean like they're just disappearing because they don't want to be here. It's just the economies of a border town. Like no one wants to live here anymore, as you can plainly see.
Okay, economy for border town.
This is definitely the weirdest greeting I've ever had. More important questions. Is the inn still functional?
The inn is no longer functional. He gestures over to a rather rotund man further down the road who seems to be quite drunk. That there is the old innkeeper, but there's not enough traffic here through these days to really run an inn. If you really want to stay, you could probably grab a bunk at the boarding house down the road.
Good knowledge. Out of game. Guys, I forget why we're here. What do we need to know about this town?
Either way,
We need to head to the tower, right?
train station.
The train station.
First, someone was meant to meet me there. That would have been several days ago.
Could we ask if he knows this Gallo person?
You could if you wanted to. And I think there was a local noble here that I needed to meet.
Okay, let's go with that. Back in game.
I'm gonna nod to the man and continue walking by.
He's like, goodbye.
Quick question, do you know a person called Gallo?
He kind of looks like, no.
Are we allowed to go to the tower Tombosphere?
I'm still checking his reading stuff.
We're tourists. I'm a travel journalist. I'm writing up an expose on the tower. It's the top 10 attractions you need to visit when you come to Erefeev. It might bring some life back into the town, you don't know.
It's 1 through 10.
I mean, thank you for at least, trying. We've never had someone like that here before, but I mean...
Anything for
I
you,
wouldn't-
Sergio?
Okay, I wouldn't recommend going. I mean, like, no one's there.
Well, great. No one will get in the way of all of my excellent photography.
Whereabouts is the train station located?
He looks at you if he's dumb. He's like, just over there. It's a small town.
Oh, it's small.
You can see where the train tracks go.
So when you're saying like there's like a fire in like 1 in every 4 homes, that means there's like 4 fires.
Yeah.
Not like
One fire
50
and 4
fires.
homes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like-
I'm thinking, okay, a town it might have 1,000 people here, small town, which means there's like 50 to 100 homes that are or more that are with a fire, and you're basically telling me no, there's like 5.
No, there's probably about like, I don't know, 25, 30 homes between like about on average like 30 buildings and all that kind of stuff.
In total, or that are occupied.
In total.
So it's a hamlet.
Yeah, okay, so it's not really a town. Who put a tower here?
No, the tower's not in.
Oh, we can see it in the
You
distance.
can see it in the distance. It's not actually in the town. It's outside of it.
Yeah.
Sergio, when's the last time you had a train come through town?
Earlier this week.
Do you know if
I mean,
was,
it doesn't come through the town. This is like the end of the line. So it wouldn't go through the town. It would end up here and then go back to Gorogre or wherever it was meant to go next.
Okay, sorry. I should have said when did you last have a train come to the end of the line, which
Yeah.
is this town.
Yeah. Same answer.
Hang on. This is the end of the line.
Name of the episode.
But
Yeah, we only have 6 episodes in the whole
End of the line.
is there a train there now?
That was my next question. Is the train there right now?
No.
Then where did it go?
'Cause
We
we
were
didn't
walking
see
down
it.
the train line.
I mean, it could have moved. It could have passed you behind it. Okay, it would have. You would
It
have passed.
It took a different
back
line.
roads.
It would have gone back.
So it passed us on the way back,
Yes.
and we need to jump off the train tracks last minute, like Indiana Jones style, grabbing our hats
I mean-
to avoid being hit by this train.
Or maybe we were having a nap
Could have been sleeping.
On the train tracks.
nearby.
Then
Why would we sleep on the train track?
neither do I. Like, why would you jump out of a train? Jump out of the road of a train at the last minute when you can see it coming from a mile away?
Okay, so retroactively, on our journey here, we saw the train go back in the other direction,
Yeah.
maybe halfway through our journey.
Back to Gorogre.
Yeah, pretty
Back
much.
to Gorogre.
Okay.
Back to
Well,
Gorogre,
where else?
title episode.
Where else trains go?
Well, they go from station to station. Trains. Did you just ask me where else the trains go?
Where else the trains go? Title
Where-
episode.
where- does anyone honestly know where trains actually go?
Yes.
Like, if a train...
I've seen Thomas the Tank Engine. They get bricked up when they're naughty.
Yeah.
That's
a
about where
terrifying
trains go.
episode. That's a terrifying episode.
Yeah, and they starve to death.
Yeah.
Holy
Do
shit.
they eat coal?
I don't know what they eat, but they die of something when they're
Yeah.
bricked up.
Sergio, were you there when the train arrived?
No, I mean, no, I don't go. That's not part of my job.
Do you know whose job it is?
No.
Philip, were you there when the train arrived?
No. No,
Do you know whose job it is to meet the train when it gets to the station?
He looks like, takes a sidelong glance at the sheriff, and he goes, "Not really, no."
Thanks for your help, gentlemen. I think we've gotten all we can out of this conversation.
Yes, thank you.
Glad to help. So Sergio says and heads off. Just after he heads off, you see Philip make some like slight hand gestures.
Okay.
Does anyone here know Streetwise?
You know what? I was going to take it when I leveled up, and then I didn't take it.
Okay, I
So-
see if I can detect what he's
Just gonna
doing.
continue trudging forward.
You don't know what he's saying. It looks to all of you like just some random hand gestures. Philip kind of sees that you don't understand, and so making sure that Sergio isn't like looking at, Sergio is just still walking away. He drops something on the road and just kind of kicks some like a little bit of dust over it before heading off.
Smooth.
Alright, I casually walk over and pick it up.
Cool. What you pick up is a key. A key with the inscription 2B. So the number 2, the letter B written on it.
To be or not to be?
Like a pencil.
Yes, exactly like a pencil. Except not, because it's a key.
Title of the episode.
Pencil key.
as you see the two law enforcement officers head off to do whatever law enforcement officers do in a dying town.
Apparently warn travellers not to enter.
Yeah.
Do not attempt to save
Well,
the
I mean,
economy
they're
at
like
any
rather
cost.
depressed. You see a teamster. Someone like who... What the fuck is a teamster?
They
actually?
herd animals.
Yeah, okay, there you go. A teamster who seems to be kind of watching them very suspiciously off to the side. Not like he's hiding and watching them, just kind of looking at them distrustingly, and then sees you guys and just kind of gives you a smile and a wave.
I casually say to the group, I'm like, so behind my right shoulder there's someone sort of waving at us. Should we go over and talk to them? What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, I'm happy to walk over. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with this key, this 2B key.
Oh, you
But,
put that in your pocket and
Yeah.
away from prying eyes.
All right. So Luke puts that. I put that in my pocket.
Sounds good.
We wander over. Did you wander off? Are you down somewhere else
I'm
now?
gonna make my way towards the train station at a steady pace.
So we're splitting the group.
I'll follow you to the train station. I'll follow Vel to the train station, and then if you two blokes want to handle the teamster.
All right. I'll follow your lead, Helia.
Okay, so Halia and Loke head over to the teamster.
Halia, the most charismatic member of our team.
Correct.
You could try negotiating with him.
Hello, human.
Good morning, Iosin. It's rare we see your people around these parts.
Well, it seems it's rare that you see any people around these parts.
Yeah, Erefeev hasn't been going through the best time of late. Aaliyah takes a sip of water in between conversation.
Surreptitiously, as it were. As you are seemingly lacking people, and we are looking for a person in particular, have you heard of... What's his name?
Who?
Gallo.
Gallo? We're looking for a man named Gallo.
Can you roll me a negotiation check, please?
Yes.
Use one of my dicey dice.
Feet.
Feet, that's it.
Feed it up.
16 and 1. 17 for negotiation.
All right, so the teamster turns to you and is like, well, first of all, my name's Armand, like the nut. Look, I don't know of a man named Gallo, apologies, but I do have to warn you both, and possibly if you could put this on to your other compatriots, that Erefeev it's not a good place to be right now. I believe the town has been infected by a disease that's been killing off its people. I wouldn't fully trust the sheriff, because I believe he knows about it. But obviously hasn't been doing anything. I can't prove anything, but I'm very, very suspicious of the sheriff's indifference to the matter.
Thank you, Teamster. What's your name?
It's
Cashew?
It's Armand.
Almond.
Thank you very much.
Very good. We are actually investigating disappearances of people from another town down the line in Gorogray. We are well versed in disappearances and what may cause them. We are currently investigating disappearances caused by people trying to steal souls, and
He looks at you aghast, like, what?
oh yes, this is some pretty heavy shit. We've also been investigating the actions of a particular alchemist and necromancy. So we are more than happy to investigate the sheriff if you believe there are wrongdoings.
Well, thank you very much. That was a lot of information to lay on me right there. I don't really know how to process that, but I mean, you mentioned an alchemist. I do know that the Morado family used to own the tower, Tombafir, like just outside the road, and Olivia Morado was an alchemist of the family, but she's gone to Corvus, where she works with a more senior alchemist. So, and currently the tower is deserted except for a single watchman. It's like, I go by there relatively often because I live in a cabin just around there.
Tell me, Peanut, do you truly believe that
Just realized what you said.
the local...
This is a great character trait. I fucking adore it. There is nothing wrong with any of this that's happening.
Do you truly believe that the local law have something to do with the disappearances of the local populace?
He lowers his voice. Yes, I do, and careful that the sheriff is listening. And he gestures behind him, and you do see kind of the sheriff, who is just a bit further down the road, kind of like looking at you and the conversation. You don't think he can hear, but he's watching.
Learning. Assimilating.
Yeah.
Almond.
Also, when he does raise his hand, you can see that the skin on his palm and fingertips is unusually faded, as if it's lost a lot of its coloration.
Almond, what's wrong with your hand?
Oh, this, it's a birth defect. I've had it since birth. Actually,
interesting
sorry,
birth
that
defect.
was a lie. It actually happened when I dipped my hand in a stream of water to the woods in the south.
Would you be able to give us more directions on where this river is, or what it might be downstream from?
It's a stream of water in the woods south of the nearby mountain. So it lies across the border, near the tower.
Near the tower. I see.
Look, I do realize, I do realize you want to do good here and you want to try and find the people and try and fix this town, but I really recommend it. This disease could just wipe you all out. So I'm actually heading off tomorrow, and I could do with some guards. On the way, I'm heading off to.
Sounds like a very musical land.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm heading off to Goragray. I definitely could use some protection along the road. So if you would like to get out of the town, then, which I highly recommend, just like I am, I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
We'll consider it and have to get back to you on that one. There may be some other more pressing matters, unfortunately. Love to help you, but no guarantees at this point.
Thank you very much, and I do sincerely hope to see you both tomorrow morning.
Hilia nods and glances at Luke.
All right. Okay, Hilia, let's head back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's cut over to Vel and Kim.
Kim has swiftly caught up with Vel and is walking beside him, about a shoulder shorter.
My plan is to go to the train station. Find out whoever runs and operates them. Ask them who was waiting for the train.
Sounds good. We look around the train station. Do we see any people, I don't know, wearing some sort of safety vest, or a hard hat?
Doesn't look that kind of place.
Badge of honor, maybe? I don't know.
There's
a lanyard with a swipe key,
There's one of those big sheds where trains go in, and get fixed up, stuff taken off. But there's no one really around. What are you guys muttering about?
Train's going to get bricked up to die.
Yeah.
I walk into the shed, see if there's anyone about.
I do a circuit around the outside of the shed.
You don't really see anything when you. Kim doesn't really see anything, right? It's just it's a bit just on the outskirts of the of the town, so it's just a bit of brush and a little some trees and stuff.
Okay.
A few kind of boxes of miscellaneous miscellaneous objects?
No one's hiding in the brushes. There's nowhere to like sort of take cover from.
Roll a detection check for me, please.
Okay. I detect at a level of 8 plus 5 is 13.
You don't see anything. So as far as you're aware, there is no one hiding. Vel sees a single man in the inside the shed, going over some notes. Seems to be the foreman of the station.
Cool. I'll just walk on up to him.
Time
Good
was
day.
it?
Let's
Good
go
day.
with
Let's
good
go.
day.
Good day. Good day.
Good day, sir.
The train arrived here earlier this week. There was a person waiting for it. Do you know what they look like?
Why do I have to tell you? What question? Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, yeah. Apologies. I'm Veleskovich. Well, sorry. I'm Paladin Veleskovich. We're hunting necromancers in the area. There was a known associate waiting for this train. Are you in cahoots with it?
He takes like a few minutes, like few blinks to kind of process what you're saying. It's like, sorry, what? Disappearances, necromancer.
I didn't say anything about disappearances.
Didn't you say disappearances?
No.
You said necromancer and...
Waiting for this train.
Okay.
I'm a paladin, searching for necromancers.
But what do you know about disappearances, good sir?
Well, no, I thought he said disappearances. So...
Caught you in a trap.
We never told you the
My
victim's
voice?
name.
My name is Veleskovich, Paladin Veleskovich. We are hunting necromancers. There was one waiting for this train. What did he look like? I'm sorry, this is
necromancers.
scary.
I don't know anything about necromancers.
No.
This was just this train, the previous train. He's very nervous. I can't be taken
Someone
back.
was waiting for the train.
What did they
he
look
You roll
like?
an interrogation check because you're being
Sure.
very forward and aggressive.
I'm like,
Now the question is, am I
I'm
being
happy.
intelligently aggressive or physically aggressive?
100% physically aggressive. I wouldn't. What I imagine you currently doing is just leering over him with your like huge stature.
I'm like behind him. I mean, tall, but not as tall, and definitely not as muscly. But like trying to look really tough.
I
And
don't have interrogation.
I do.
I can't roll interrogation.
Intimidation?
Can't roll it.
Intimidation.
I don't have intimidation either.
I've got intimidation and
And
interrogation.
oratory,
Can I help?
seduction, negotiation.
I have a question. Why do you have seduction?
I am a very sexy man.
And then there's the game version of him.
Firstly, what you have to understand is that as a paladin of Menoth, I represent a stone in the wall that protects humanity. Menoth gifted the stone to protect humanity and its wall. I'm simply part of it. You are welcome to gaze upon in humble supplication of the beauty that is Menoth's gifts.
Do you look like the
Okay.
police captain from Full Metal Alchemist?
He looks like Russian Jason Momoa. We have discussed
Nicely.
this.
Oh, that's right. Russian
It's
Jason
Russian
Momoa.
Jason
Can we
Momoa.
keep this conversation as well to possibly after stuff? Because
Yes.
this is taking away from the moment.
My apologies. I don't actually have an investigation. I'm just devoid of tact when hunting necromancers.
Okay. All right. All I can say is just the person who came to pick up what was on the train, which is as he does every time the train comes in every few weeks, Gallo Morado.
I take a step towards him and I say, "Tell us everything you know about Gallo. Tell us now." Intimidatingly.
Okay, roll an intimidation check.
I feel
Yes.
like a good cop, bad cop routine is not working.
Well,
I'm
let's roll
still
first
good.
and see. So it's got social beside it.
So,
Use your physical, please.
Alright. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to intimidate.
Okay, he's incredibly taken back by this super aggressive Iosin. He's like, I don't know. Like his name is Gallo Morado. He always wears a red hood. People call him like the Crimson Man. That's all I know.
When you say people, who are these people that call him the Crimson Man?
Everybody.
So everyone in this town, from farmer to teamster to sheriff's assistant, calls him the Crimson Man.
Yes,
Tell me
maybe-
the truth.
I don't know.
where does
Alright.
he stay? How many?
As far as I'm aware, in the tower.
Oh.
The Marauders own it.
Well, that was easy. Thank you for your assistance, citizen.
How many Murados are there? Just the one Crimson Man, or are there two Crimson Men?
There's just one Crimson Man.
I believe you.
Okay. Good. Can I get back to work?
When's the next train due in?
He kind of just looks at you, like, kind of shuffles through some paper and says, the next 3 weeks?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else that you want to know, Val, while we're still here?
Was he alone?
No, he comes with a few, just like, I don't know, I wouldn't call them guards. I don't think he needs guards, just people to help carry whatever is on the train.
How many?
I don't know, anywhere between 3 to 6.
And how much stuff did he take off the last train?
I don't ask questions.
Did they pick up boxes and take them off the train?
Yes.
Thank you.
Just like, do you not keep a log of what comes in and out of your station? The lack of professionalism hurts me. Thank you for yours. Sorry,
are
we're
you done
scared
here?
now.
Are you done? Can I get
My
back to work?
apologies.
Thank you.
I give him like my best comforting nod.
He kind of like watches you leave the shed and kind of scuttles back into his little office, looking terrified.
I want to watch him from the outside to see if he does anything nefarious.
Okay, he doesn't do anything nefarious.
He just cries a little bit.
He doesn't cry. He's just like very, very kind of like he's just taking a few swigs of something in a well, you can only assume is alcohol.
That's why he's not good at his job. He's always drunk.
Standard Kadoran custom. I wouldn't assume anything less.
Oh, all right. I think this good cop, bad cop thing works really well. We should keep this up. I mean, I'm having a great time.
You're a very scary lady.
Thank you. Oh, I blush.
Okay. Roll for love.
Triple ones.
My heart is too broken to love again this early in the game.
Yeah.
Wait till season 2.
That's depressing. That's optimistic.
Okay, so he lives alone, but he has up to 3 to 6 guards that he hires to come help him collect boxes semi-regularly, by the sounds of it. That's good to know. Obviously didn't meet anyone on the train because we killed them, but did pick up boxes of something.
Yes.
Okay, we should go tell the lads.
He probably knows we're coming now. I don't imagine our scuffle outside the train wasn't noticed.
Yeah. Although, if only one train was coming to this town, there's no other way to get here. How would he find out if no one was alive on the train to tell him? Unless they had a driver.
The train
I guess.
was not autonomous.
Yeah, that's right. It's a driver. The driver would have seen it all.
Train drivers talk.
It's true. Okay, well, he probably knows we're coming. He might have already gone. He might not even be in the tower anymore. Want me to find out?
I'm gonna head out. Try and find these two.
Yep, we look for Loke and Hylia.
Alright, as far as I'm aware, unless you guys had other plans, you're still just kind of in the town.
Yep, just moseying about, basically. It's not a very big town, so...
It's got 30 houses in it.
Yeah.
It's more of a
Don't even
hamlet.
have a tavern.
Can you roll me a detection, please, Luke?
Look, detection.
And Halia as well. This is before you are rejoined with the rest of the group.
10.
11.
Alright, you don't really need to roll high to see this. While walking around the town, you do see an expressionless teenage girl just kind of staring at you from the porch of a nearby abandoned building.
That sounds terrifying. Helia, are you seeing what I'm seeing here?
Halia waves at her awkwardly and disjointedly.
She calls out to you. Her voice kind of wavers a little bit, and you can see that she's just kind of like got a continuous tremble, as if she's like kind of super terrified. She's like, "Are you here to kill the rest of us too?"
No. Why would you think that?
She doesn't. So you're talking to her now? Have you walked over to her?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I call out to her. No.
She doesn't really respond directly to what you're saying. She just kind of spouts out, "The Marconis are all dead, the whole family. You can hear their screams from the inn where they killed them."
Helia, I'm thinking this town is, we might want to leave sooner rather than later.
Agreed.
Maton is the only one who isn't afraid of the monsters, so he'll die too. Can you help him?
Yes.
Who is Maton?
Adalia told me not to talk to anyone unless we were at her boarding house. It's the only safe place.
Who?
Where is Maton? At the boarding house.
Who is Adalia? Who is Adalia? No, what was her name?
Adalia, she said Adalia.
Yeah. Who is Adalia?
She doesn't really respond.
Okay. Traumatized teenage girl. Everyone's dying.
Okay, girl. We have a room at the boarding house booked for tonight. If we go to the boarding house, are we likely to find out about Maton?
She doesn't really respond at all. She's kind of still just kind of shaking.
Okay, so
She seems rather unresponsive.
Okay.
When you say the boarding house, she kind of like looks in like the direction of the boarding house.
So under his voice, Talia will say to Loke, I believe that is the key that you have in your pocket. Maybe a key to a room in the boarding house.
Maybe or to be.
Oh!
See, that was funny? See?
No. It wasn't.
It was...
It was not.
I mean, the word you're looking for is hilarious, but... So I can agree, funny wasn't correct, but hilarious is accurate. I'm at a loss. This teenage girl sounds absolutely terrifying and terrified.
Yep.
Hilaire, it looks like we might want to find out what is going on at the inn, but it might be worthwhile trying to find Maton or maybe Adalia first. Do we want to head off to the boarding house now? This teenage girl is actually kind of making my skin crawl a little. Do we want to head off?
I will follow.
Thank you, lady. Really appreciate the help you've given us. Just a reminder, we are here to help. Don't be afraid. But also be slightly less creepy, please.
If you're not here to kill us, then you must be the ones who we've been waiting for. The ones who will stop the Crimson Man.
Yeah, so, that may be us. But again, like I tell everyone, there's no promises, no guarantees. Do you have any information on the Crimson Man that might help us?
She doesn't kind of respond to you, and when you say Crimson Man, she kind of shrinks back a little bit.
Okay, I see this. This isn't going to work. Okay, look, you go inside, be safe, look out, and if you hear loud noises, run away.
The only safe place is the boarding house.
Then you may want to accompany us to the boarding house.
She doesn't want to go with you guys.
Okay.
Is that because it doesn't say it in the game manual? Is that
No,
why?
just because she's terrified of
Yeah.
everybody.
Okay. Sounds like we need to go to the boarding house, at least initially. Okay, you stay here. Just chill. Help as many strangers as you can. Keep warning people and being terrifying. I take back what I said about being less creepy. Be more creepy. We don't want anyone else to stumble into this town and get killed.
Creep them all the way to the boarding house.
Just creep them all out. Yeah, if you could please direct anyone safely to the boarding house. And in the meantime, my compatriot here and I will go and investigate. Thank you.
Cool. As you kind of say your goodbye, she kind of just looks just past you and just kind of rocks back and forth a little bit, shaking.
Yeah, yeah. she needs more help than we can give her.
Should we find like a guardian or a parent or something? Like
Uh,
a mental health
Yeah.
professional?
I think
Probably
I think they're all dead. Look, this isn't necessarily the age of good mental health care.
Yeah.
So I think we've done all we can. So, Hilaire, we're heading off to the boarding house now.
Agreed.
And we now know where the boarding house is because Creepy Girl glanced off in that direction and both of us took note.
Alright, good.
I think she liked us.
I mean, if she's a regular...
Alright, cool.
Between the sheriff, the deputy, and this girl, I tell you what, I sure hope that the rest of the town who used to live here were a bit more normal. But so far, not so good.
What would you like to do now after that meeting with the terrifying little girl?
So like together as a
Teenager.
group, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so Hilaire and I are heading towards the boarding house. Do we spot Kim and Vel on our way there?
Yeah.
It's a pretty small town.
Yeah, we'll see, yeah.
Yeah, alright. So we spot them and...
Sorry. Turn my flash off.
So, Hilaire and I walking down to the boarding house and we spot Vel and Kim.
Yep.
And we motion them to come over. Ideally all head together.
Fill them in on what you've all found.
Yeah. So, have you guys walked over?
Yeah.
I mean, just
we
hang
were
on.
looking for you after our last conversation.
I know it's a small town, but let me just wait like 30 seconds for Vel to get over to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Kim's already here.
You are.
Kim's over here.
Sorry, it's Kim.
Kim.
Almost.
Also, Luke stopped walking. He's like, Vel, come here.
I have we have information to share.
Right, the group is finally back together. Do you want to share the information that you've gotten?
Yeah, so we get back to the boys and we say to them that we found out that Gallo did come and meet the train. He brought with him a couple of guards. The guy wasn't sure whether it was 3 or 6 or in that sort of range. They picked up some boxes, but he didn't say whether they met or talked with anyone in particular. He did say that Gallo lives in the town of Tombosphere.
Tower.
The Tower of
Lives in-
Tombofia.
The Tower of Tombosphere.
He lives in the tower over there.
By himself. No other people from his clan or friends or family or whatever.
As far as you're aware.
As far as the gentleman who timidly works at the train station was aware.
You terrified him.
Yeah, well, he should just tell the truth all the time, and I would
did.
not need to intimidate anybody.
He did. He
It's
told
a-
the truth.
Look, it's a part of my character trait, and I'm rolling with it.
Fine, go
As
for it.
I'm aware, he wasn't lying.
She's
Roll.
a scary ass, sexy elf, and I'm leaning into it.
Oh yeah.
Scary, sexy. My
Scary,
favourite
sexy.
kind.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm scared-roused.
That's the title of the episode. That corresponds with what we found out. There is a body of water near the mountains, near the tower, which seems to have alchemical substances in it.
Interesting. Where did you
Yes.
guys get this information from?
An alchemically scarred person with discolored hands.
You see that teamster over there?
He's gone already. He's like headed off.
Oh, okay. There was a teamster over there.
Remember that teamster that we went and spoke to while you guys walked away?
Yeah. So he's actually planning on leaving tomorrow, and he would love some company. I didn't promise him anything, but I said we'd think about it. But he is heading back to Gorogray, and I don't think that's where we want to go. However, the river, the stream,
Lake, stream, yeah.
is it a body of moving water or still water?
He was described as a stream.
Stream, so moving water. So the stream, it's not a lake then.
Could be connected to a lake. You don't know that.
That doesn't mean
It-
it's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the stream that seemingly runs past the Tower Tomofia is where this poor gentleman got sort of permanently scarred on his hand. Well, not scarred, more faded. Seemed a little unusual, to be honest, but it's not my area of expertise. And then we came
Before
across...
you jump in here, I'm just gonna bring up something that it was told to you, so I'll bring it up again.
Oh, yeah.
Halia said that the information that you received, Kim and Vel, matched up with the information that they received. There's a bit of information in there that did not match up.
Oh, I was going to ask him about the Crimson Man stuff, but what was the stuff that they... Because I didn't pay attention to anything they learned.
You mentioned that, Gallo lives at the Tower Tombofear.
Yeah.
What did Armin say?
No, Armin said that Olivia Moridor is headed to Corvus.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he said about Gallo.
No, he said that the tower's empty.
He said that the tower's empty. But does Armand know, is he
he said that there was only
omnipotent?
one person there, and that was the watchman who lives kind of like outside of, just like kind of like the groundskeeper, effectively.
Oh, I so...
I do not remember hearing that at all.
This is why you pay attention!
I thought I was!
Yeah, I was writing notes. Okay, cool.
I must have got distracted by the peanut comment.
I do remember that.
Okay, so...
Old mate Chestnut said that there was nobody in there, in the tower.
Yeah, so now the question is, does Gallo live there or not? Either way, there is a terrifying Crimson Man that is doing unspeakable things to the population here.
Oh, is that why the town's deserted or dying because there's some sort of evil force?
Yeah, I think this Crimson Man, who could be Gallo, I think it could be Gallo.
Seems likely.
Is, I guess, doing experiments, like necromancy experiments on these people. I'm not sure, but it's definitely worth... Alchemical experiments. I think it's definitely worth finding out.
I mean, we've seen that in people they've worked with already, so it could be more of the soul magic. What was that, Val? Were you saying something?
How far away is the tower?
Half a day's walk.
Bit too long to just be like, the easiest way to solve this is to walk over to the tower.
We definitely should go anyway. We definitely should go to the tower. Do we have time to get to the tower, get some answers, and then get back, do you think, before the team still leaves and we potentially accompany them or not?
Well, the Teamster's leaving in the morning. And let's see, let me just look at my handy-dandy sundial here, and it is...
Well, it's about midday.
It's about midday. So that tower looks about half a day's walk away. So
probably not.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough time.
That's right. I was only curious if there'd be more answers with the Teamster, but maybe not. Oh, did you say you picked up a key earlier?
I do. I believe it's for the boarding house. I think. I'm not entirely sure. It says 2B. So it looks like it could be for room 2B at the boarding house.
Do you want to go check that out first and then go to the tower? Or other way around, tower first, room 2B second?
It sounds like we might want to go to the boarding house first. Really curious to find this Maton person.
Who's Maton?
Right?
I don't know if they've told us about that in conversation yet. We don't know about the girl, the little teenage girl yet.
Yeah, I was going to say...
We were asking about someone. What was his name?
Gallo.
Gallo.
Gallo is our question.
Yeah. So Maton seemingly doesn't fear the Crimson Man and might be found at the boarding house. So we could definitely use some help by the sounds of it. So.
We did come across a young girl who said that the boarding house was the only safe place in town.
Safe from what?
Of that, we are unsure.
There's so much about this town that I don't understand. Like, is it haunted? Is there some sort of dark, like, underground mob taking over? Like, there's something is up with this town, right?
Right. I think it's connected to the Crimson Man. I really, really do. Either way, avoid the inn. That's where people get taken to die.
Oh, Jesus, alright.
So let's stay at the boarding house instead. Let's investigate the boarding house at least.
Not Jesus, Syra. Syra.
Oh, Syra.
Well, the inn's closed, it's boarded up, remember?
Hold on a section. They take people to die in the inn. This is getting a little too elaborate. Simple plan. We will go to the boarding house. We'll get some rooms. We will wait for them to ambush us. We will defeat the assailants and question them.
I love that plan. That's an amazing plan.
Alternatively, we could go to the inn, gently open the door, and discover the grisly scene of murder/butchery.
There are two options. One, get ambushed. I'm not sure I really like that plan. What's option two?
Just go to the scene of grisly murder.
I'm not sure I like that plan.
Great. You abstain. We'll begin walking towards the boarding house.
Yeah, I think boarding house, let's go question some people, set it up. If they attack us, they attack us. If they don't, they don't. But let's go figure out this 2B mystery.
Okay, well, I'm definitely with you on that.
Yep. Halia, you in?
I follow.
Let's do it. We walk to the boarding house.
So you're in the boarding house, cool. So you come to like a relatively like medium-sized building. It's obviously the boarding house.
Is anyone watching us as we go? Like, is anyone checking out what we're doing, our actions
Well, I
in
mean,
town?
people aren't used to new people showing up, so you're kind of getting looks from just the regular populace.
Okay.
But no one that seems to be like, suspicious. Everyone's just kind of like too nervous or just kind of checking out because like there's 2 Iosans in the town.
Halia waves awkwardly at everyone he passes.
They all wave awkwardly back.
Excellent. Progress.
Some of them like quickly look away, embarrassed. Like, oh shit, they saw us. They caught us watching.
Yeah. That's like the effect we have on most people, so
Yeah.
it's to be expected.
All right, so you get to the boarding house.
We walk up to whoever's in charge, like someone
So you head into that.
the mistress of the boarding house.
Yeah, as you walk up, there's like you are greeted by a very like matronly lady of about late to mid to late 30s. There you go. It's not late to mid to late 30s. That
Mid to
makes
late 30s.
way more sense.
A matronly woman,
Yep.
mid to late 30s.
Yeah,
Got it.
who you can only assume is Adalia. She sees you and she's like, "Oh, hey, you're new. Welcome to Erefeev.
Hi there.
Hi."
We send the most
You-
charming one in first.
Yeah,
You must be Adalia.
that I am. Welcome to the boarding house.
Thank you.
Are there any
Can I
rooms
help?
available for hire?
She makes the act of looking through paper when it's obvious that there's rooms. She's like, "Yes, there is."
More specifically, do you have room 2B available?
No, we don't do rooms by that way. That sounds more like the inn, an inn. The inn.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, we'll just book a room. How big are the rooms? Can all 4 of us fit in one room, or would we have to split?
Oh, I mean, it's a boarding house, so it's just bunks. So there's like 10 bunks in one room. So that's fine.
One room,
Yeah.
please.
Yes,
How much?
please.
It's like a pittance. Like, I'm gonna say 5 gold.
A
The
pittance.
entire room.
Yep. I mean, she gets 5 gold. She's like, "Yes, 5 gold."
I hand her 5 gold.
She looks like, "Oh, thank you very much." My, a paladin. We don't get you around here very often.
That's very unfortunate for you. My apologies.
She kind of like, she lowers her voice a little bit. Speaking directly to Vel. Are you here to help?
Ideally, yes.
Help in what?
Roll a negotiation check.
Yeah, I took that when I leveled up. What do I add to it? What it's a
Your
social.
negotiation.
Probably intelligence.
Mine says social beside it,
Let's make it.
Oh, I didn't do that last time.
Pause. Why
I'll
I
add the
think.
social.
I succeeded even more than I did.
so. Well done.
What? Can I see a?
Yeah, for sure.
Actu-
There you go.
Intellect.
All right. So I'm gonna roll my negotiation. So I'm gonna add my insight and my little +1 bonus. Where's insight?
Which one's inside?
Yeah, where's insight?
Intelligence. I said. I didn't
Oh.
say insight at
6.
all.
You did.
I
s-
said
No,
intelligence.
definitely said it.
I heard
don't know
insight.
where-
I heard insight.
And
as
you heard
well.
insight.
All
Then
right.
you're both deranged.
He actually said intellect.
Okay.
Intellect.
He said intellect.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's totally fine. Okay, so 3 + 4 is 7, + 6 is 13, + 1 is 14 to negotiate.
All right. Well, she turns to you, you Kim, and she's like, "Well, this place is pretty much a death sentence to anyone who comes here. Like, people have been disappeared. People began vanishing a few months ago. no one's really sure what was happening. It's like a rumor. Some said disease was spreading through the town, but no one ever seemed to be sick. They just up and disappeared. And those who have already, or who could, have left, as you could probably see from all the empty buildings around here. All who remain are just too poor, frail, or scared to escape. Some say the town's haunted, and they worry that the tower is the source of these evil spirits. Personally, I can't leave. Like I can't leave people to. I'm here. I want to watch out for the people who are left. So I haven't left because I want to take care of everyone who's still here. That's the reason I haven't left. But something is terribly bad here, and I would,
Do I believe and or trust this woman? Is she lying to me?
Do you? That's a you question.
Can I check to see if she's lying to me?
Yeah.
What do I roll for that?
Roll a detection check.
Detection? Detection, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled another 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 2 is 12.
Yeah,
see
you
if
believe
she's
her.
lying. Alright. This is like a lot going on. So it might be haunted, might be some sort of disease, some sort of underbelly movement, and all based around the tower, you say?
Well, she said that some people suspect a disease, but there's been no one's gotten sick. They've just disappeared. And there's she goes on. Neighbors have begun to point fingers at one another, and they've come to fear each other after some people have claimed misshapen creatures attacked some of the farmers outside of Erefeev as well.
What, like creatures from the forest, or the actual cattle itself?
No one knows
Monsters?
where they came from. No, just creatures. They look like, I don't know, sick people with who smell weirdly of rotten rust. That's
Okay,
what
so
I've been told.
that would be the evidence of disease then, would be the sick, rotten, rusty people.
Yeah, but no people getting sick. They disappeared. These what she's saying is no one in the town has gotten sick then disappeared. There's been no coughing. There's been no.
Yeah.
They disappear
throwing up.
first.
They disappear first.
And come back sick.
Were they people you recognize? Anyone recognize them? Or were they
No
other?
one.
Okay.
No one she goes on no one recognized them as people. Apparently there was an altercation with some of the farmers, and one of them got shot in the chest, but seemed to just get up and run away.
Vel, have you heard of this before? People that don't feel pain and rot and smell like rust.
Is there a role for that?
No, you don't.
No. We'll question them once we find them.
All right. Well, okay. What should we do now, lads? Should we go to the tower? Should we?
I just want to ask Adalia. Do you know someone called Maton?
He's the son of a farming family that was one of the first to go missing. He's been incredibly determined to find out what's been happening and to find his family.
So nobody's seen him recently or heard where he might be?
He seems to be around. No one really follows his movements. He's all alone now. I've tried to bring him into the boarding house, but he just waves me off.
Do you know where we might be able to find him?
I'm sorry, I don't. But you could try his family farm.
Whereabouts is that?
She just kind of mentions a direction outside of the town in the farming area.
Thank you.
Okay. Take a few steps away from this woman. Which direction do you think we should go in?
In.
The inn?
Yeah, looks like I have a key to the inn.
Yeah.
And two things. As much as I trusted what Philip was saying, it could be a trap that he's given us a key to the inn. Especially these things that we know that going to the inn is practically a death sentence. So I am happy to go to the inn, but can we just make sure we're prepared?
Should we bring Jeff with us, do you think? Is he good in a fight?
Jeff's pretty good in a fight, but if it's sort of an indoor fight, he struggles to tell friend from foe when things get a bit too claustrophobic.
Also, we're not sure it's a fight.
I'm pretty sure if we're going to the inn to die, that's a fight. But Vel, I appreciate your input.
Very well. I'm gonna go up to the room, leave all my extraneous belongings in the room.
Yep.
Just traveling equipment. See if I can get a bowl of water and a cloth.
Yeah, you can get,
myself
one of
up a
them
bit.
quite easily.
Get cleaned up.
Get cleaned up.
Look nice and shiny.
Yeah.
Get all the road dust off your armor.
Basically.
Actually, yeah, should we all go have a shower first, do you think? We've been on the road for a
I'm
week.
not sure showers exist in this time.
A bath or something, some sort of bath.
A bucket of water
Yeah.
and some sort of sponge-like device probably exist in the boarding room.
It'd be delightful if we could do that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
So
Dahlia is just, very eager to help you.
All right, Dahlia. Can you just point us to the bathing area?
She, shows you the way, offers to wash either of you down.
Who's
either
you? Who's
Belle
you?
and Loke.
I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll take you up on that offer.
Alright.
I look at Aaliyah and I'm like, alright, I guess someone's a racist.
I guess I'll bathe myself then.
Yeah, do you want to wash each other's backs?
No.
Which is the way that Syra intended. We all die alone, we all bathe alone.
Alright, so, during the bath, she scrubs your back, cleans you down. Nice. You are incredibly well cleaned. It's like you didn't travel at all.
Thanks.
The royal testicles are clean.
Thanks, Dahlia. You do great work.
Anytime.
All right.
Did that cost us any extra?
No.
For Loki to get his body cleaned by the mistress of the boarding house?
None whatsoever.
You are the most charming member of this team.
No wonder
Damn-
it cost us 5
Damn
gold.
straight.
I'm the scary, sexy one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, so we're all cleaned up.
Yes, you are.
Ready for a bloodbath?
I mean,
Just
you
had a
already...
regular bath.
Yeah.
To the inn!
Da-na-na-na-na.
Like, we could go talk to Maton, but honestly, we've done a lot of talking so far. And now let's get answers through violence.
Yeah.
Everyone's so assured it's violence.
I don't think so. I don't think it is.
I have been forewarned by a...
Deranged teenager.
Yeah, I didn't question everything she was saying, but she did seem to be honest. Like, too terrified to lie. Unless she's a really good actor. And I'm like, I've seen this town.
No,
if she
she's
was that good, she'd be in Car Dollywood. So, so
You're
I
missing an
think
important part. What if she's just wrong and
Yep.
crazy?
she seems so traumatized to have actually lived through this that I'm going to say that when she said multiple families had been taken to be, like, killed,
We'll find out soon.
yeah, I think we'll find out.
And I don't want to fix the town's problems. I just want to get our answers and then leave. You know what I mean? There's a lot of problems in this town. There's no way we can fix all of them by the sounds of it.
To be fair, like, running into having a run-in with Gallo or the Crimson Man, or if they're both Gallo, the Crimson Man, might solve both of our problems in one.
Let's do it. We go to the inn.
Alright, cool.
Can I do a scope around the outside? Like, walk the perimeter and see if anyone's like, I don't know,
Sure.
if it's a death
Yep.
trap, we should check it out, right?
Yeah, so roll a detection check, please.
I'll go left, someone else can go right?
Yeah, Billy goes right.
Alright, great.
I'll stand patiently at the front door.
I'll look up.
Detection?
Yep.
I got 12.
16.
Alright, so you don't find anything around, but at one point while you're both searching, you hear kind of like a wail / moan coming from inside the inn.
What does it sound like?
I'm not going to make that.
Okay, is it a...
Like a moan, as in not a sexy moan, like a groan, like kind of like a
tortured kind of groan?
yeah.
And a whale.
If someone is like kind of in pain,
Okay.
like
Like a
not a
whale.
whale, as
and
in
a
the
whale
creature.
isn't like a large animal.
No.
I thought that's what it meant, like a whale moan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the answer?
It's not exactly what I expected.
This is a death trap! To be fair, an inn would be a death trap for a whale because it's not in the ocean.
Yes, it also probably couldn't fit in the inn, so it's probably been sliced up into many pieces to fit.
Depending
Sashimi.
on the whale, there are some
That's
smaller variants.
That
Sure.
whale could be a pot plant.
Regardless, that is not part of the game, so let's get back to it.
Okay, we walk around back to these guys and we say someone's inside, they're in pain, they're being maybe tortured, I'm not sure. Do we want to just I mean, I'm assuming Val wants to just knock on the front door and go in.
Yeah.
Vel, would you like to break the door down? Because this whole place seems boarded up, and that might be
I
suitable.
walk up to the front door and knock politely.
You don't hear anything.
Not what I had in mind, Vel, but I do appreciate
Is
the effort.
the door unlocked?
No.
I open the door.
Wait, it's not unlocked.
It's not unlocked.
So it's
Correct.
So I just open it.
Try
Vel-
to
Just
cue.
twist
Vel-
and gently push, like, sorry. Try and maintain as much structural integrity as
No,
I
it's
can.
not unlocked, aka it's locked.
Correct.
Yes, so
He's
I
also a
turn-
man mountain.
I
Yeah,
turn
and
the
if
door
he
knob,
wants to get through-
and I'm just going to push the door, trying to maintain as much structural integrity as I can.
Okay, cool. Can you make a strength check for me?
Sure.
Get him. Get him.
14.
It doesn't budge.
Oh, shit.
Alright.
Anyone we know got a lockpick set?
I draw my sword.
Halia has a lockpick.
Yeah, Vel, just wait a moment. Yeah, Halia, do you want to give it a go first?
Do your magic.
First things first, I would suggest that Loke try the key that he has.
Good point. I was thinking this key might only open one door, but I'll give it a try in this door. So I get out the key and insert it into the lock. And
Doesn't
give it a
fit.
go. Does not fit. All right, I put it
Halia.
back in my pocket.
Yep.
Safe.
Halia, you're up. Do your magic.
Do my magic, she says. 12 on the lockpick.
You get in.
Good work, Halia. Halia.
An article of a misspent youth.
Do you want to try that again?
Yeah, right.
No, I'm actually trying to do verbal affectations that aren't quite right. So you would have heard before, like I was pausing after every second word, and like I'm trying to make it sound like Kate Oren, I assume we're speaking now, is, even though I know the language, it's not natural to me.
Ah.
So I've been doing that since the very start.
Very
Nice.
meta that I have not picked up on at all.
Yes.
I
I
tend
just-
to speak like this quite a lot when I'm speaking as Halia.
Ah.
And now that I've said it and you listen to the episodes,
Yeah,
you'll
I'll pick up
probably
on it.
notice
I
it.
have noticed that, but I thought it was just you being unsure.
No, that's
That's
me
cool.
being a character.
Nice.
Excellent character choice. I'm
Wow.
all for it.
Well
Alright.
done.
Because I speak like 3 languages.
Okay, so
Wait,
should
And
we-
also Halia speaks 3 languages.
Halia also speaks those languages.
Oh,
Okay, so as you push the door open, like just like a really like rank smell just kind of wafts out. Just
Oof.
humans are gross.
are
It's
you
a
going
little
to?
above and beyond. I'll ready my shield, make sure it's attached, sword on, duck carefully in, try not to.
Alright.
Hmm.
As you all walk into the inn, is
I'll
that
take the back. We'll be on the rear, checking the outside as well.
Yep, so we're gonna go
I'll be behind
Vel, Loke, Halia, Kim. That order. Excellent. So as you walk in, you can see that the front counter is scarred with cracks down its center. The wallpaper is faded where paintings once hung, and what little furniture remains is just covered in sheets. The carpets have been torn up in places, exposing stripped hardwood floors and scattered tacks. The floorboards croak a bit, and your footfalls echo as if you've entered a forgotten vault. It's just timeless. From upstairs comes the sound of something being dragged across the floor. You hear what sound like voices, low, indistinct, and angry, and then a young man's nightmarish wail that drowns out the voices. And that turned into a guttural and monstrous groan.
When we did the outside scope, did I see a back exit or a back window near where that sort of sound was coming from?
You don't know exactly where. You couldn't pinpoint where in the building it came from.
Did I see other exits besides the front door? Is everything boarded up?
Everything's boarded up.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna run up the stairs.
I run up with Vel.
I do as well, but I keep the rear in case I need to potshot anyone who's trying to leave.
It definitely sounds like this is a running situation.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. As you run up, you see that on the doors there are letters and numbers designating, the room. And then as you get upstairs, run down the corridor, you see some candlelight flickering from underneath the door of room 2B. Surprise, surprise.
Dun dun dun.
It better be to be or not to be. That better be the title of this episode.
Yes, it will be. You write that down.
Or where did trains go? Or good Iosan morning!
That's shit.
Your shit.
Ouch. Wow. As you're not being sneaky at all,
No, we are
you
quickly.
hear a familiar voice that you can't quite place it, pleading for something to be quiet. Or for someone to be quiet.
Get up there.
Okay, yeah, time to head to
Can you make a detection roll, please?
Who,
Everyone?
All of us? All of us?
All of you, you'll hear it.
Yep.
No.
13.
No.
10.
12 for what it's worth.
What did you roll?
11.
11?
Actually, I thought
Oh.
that was.
I was the
thought that was gonna
highest
be
of
terrible.
13.
Well, you all recognize the muffled voice as Sheriff Albano.
Sorry, say that again. Sheriff who?
Sheriff Sergio Albano.
Oh,
Sheriff
I never
Albano.
I never got his last name. Yeah.
Right.
Did
Albano.
Yes, Albano. A-L-B-A-O. Oh, wait, no. I said it too fast, but it doesn't really matter.
Albano.
Where's it coming from?
Room 2B.
Room 2B. Alright, let's go. Room 2B. I have a key. Let's go. I rush over to room 2B with presumably everyone in tow.
You
Put that
open the
key in the lock.
Yeah.
Turn it. Go in. Rush in.
As you all enter the room, you're greeted by practically a scene of not horror, but kind of like disgust. You weren't expecting this. Surprise, surprise, because I didn't tell you about it. I'm expecting it because I know what's happening.
You've read the script.
I've read the script. The sheriff.
Look, the smell, the cries of pain, the general weird knowledge I've got from the townspeople. I'm expecting a scene of gross torture that potentially is necromantic.
It's kind of what I'm expecting
Alright.
too. Not
Yeah.
four
Awesome.
dogs playing poker.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out if
expecting-
it's dogs or necromancy. Inside, Sheriff, the sheriff spins around in shock seeing you there. And you can see that he's been attempting to feed a twisted creature tied to the bed. What looked like to be once a young man now has...
Philip!
Oh my god, let me finish! You'll find out in a second.
That's what she said.
What looked like to be a young man, so not Philip. Philip's not a young man; he's a middle-aged man. Yeah. Now one of his arms is shriveled as if ancient, the other elongated with 2 additional elbow joints. His hair white, his legs so warped and stiff they don't seem to be able to bend. His milky white eyes seem to roll wildly, roll wildly, and are filled with agony, and he spits out his soup, revealing irregular, overgrown teeth. The boy's skin is covered with circular wounds, the breadth of a hand span. His voice fluctuates between guttural and high-pitched howling.
Huh.
You weren't expecting that now, were you?
Sergio, what is going on here?
What? How did you... What? I can explain.
Please do. What is this monstrous creature? What have you done?
What have you done?
I didn't do anything. His anger seems to peak, and then just kind of falls down. He turns away, and you can see him with a cloth kind of like wipe the sweat from the forehead of this creature, and he's like, "This is my son, Marcus."
Wait, Marcus, not Maton.
Yeah, no, this is his son, Marcus.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard about Marcus. Yeah.
Yep.
Poor sheriff. Where did you find him?
Can you roll a negotiation check, please?
No.
Also remember about fate tokens, which you have to boost rolls.
Yeah.
Would you like to?
No. I mean, I could reroll.
You could reroll
I
and
have
boost.
natural rerolls for etiquette.
Oh,
Oh, I got that for something as well.
Investigation. I keep forgetting to use.
Oh, thanks. Guys, I don't know how to play the game. I hate to tell you this, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
that's why I keep reminding. Remember, you have fate tokens to be able to use to boost non-combat rolls, re-roll non-combat rolls.
Feet tokens?
An
That would
investigation.
be 17.
Oof.
He kind of sighs a bit and tries to feed his son a little bit more before turning around. He goes, "There's an alchemist living in the tower by the name of Olivia Morado. She returned there after ending her work with the alchemist she was working with in Corvus. Hearing of her return, I sent some inquiries to Corvus and learned that her master was in fact no longer living and had been murdered. My son was among one of her first victims. He was fishing at the mountain lake when he fell into the water and underwent the horrible physical effects you currently see. I believe that he might have been pushed and thus poisoned as a result of my queries into Olivia and her actions."
Is Olivia like a sister or a wife of Gallo Morado?
Olivia is Gallo's brother, who you may have found out to be called the Crimson Man.
Oh, so Olivia's a boy.
No, Olivia is... Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Okay.
Gallo is Olivia's brother.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't judging.
Yeah.
Like, Olivia could be a boy's name. So Olivia and Gallo are brother and sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Is Gallo still alive?
he warned me that any more questions or telling anyone about Olivia's activities was to essentially kill my son. He claims that Olivia can cure him of this affliction, but she'll only do it. She'll only do it if she's allowed to continue her work undisturbed. I don't really believe her, but honestly, I can't. I gotta hope.
Should we... Okay, what if we capture them both and then threaten to kill Gallo unless she fixes your son? Would that be helpful?
I don't believe her for an instant, or Gallo.
You don't think that she can do it to fix him?
No. I'm gonna...
Do you know who the Crimson Man is?
Gallo.
That would be Gallo.
That is Gallo. Okay.
gonna take out some paper, see if I can find... Oh, I probably can. Don't have a pen in this world. This is really annoying. Charcoal.
Quill.
Quickly write something down.
Okay.
Gonna write a quick note indicating that this man... What's the name of the...
Sergio Albano.
That this Sergio requires medical assistance. Basically put it on my tab in regards to his son. Alchemical accident. Fold that up, hand it to him. Take your son to the capital city. There'll be medical assistance for him there. Just go. Hurry up.
I mean, thank you for doing this, but I don't think the government or anyone would be able to help. A Cadoran assessor actually arrived in Erefeev to investigate the reasons for the disappearing townspeople. I directed him towards the tower, hoping that he would be able to uncover the secrets that were, hidden there, whatever Olivia was doing. But he hasn't been seen since.
Yeah, he's probably dead. But if you take this to the capital city, you'll be able to get the finest alchemical treatments they have available there. We will deal with Olivia.
How am I supposed to get my son there?
With a cart.
There's a train in 3 weeks' time.
There's also...
In the meantime, we might be able to find a cure for him in the tower while you prep him for a trip
For travel.
Thank you.
Also, where is Philip?
Somewhere else around the town. We're not always traveling together. He deals with other stuff while I am here, looking after my son.
Alright. Anything else anyone needs to know from this situation?
I think we've learned the most important thing of all. The stream does connect to Olivia.
Sheriff, the sheriff looks at his son, still writhing and in pain on the bed, and he turns back to you and says, "You know I can't help you. If I take up arms with you and threaten the Morado family, my boy is dead. But you can do whatever you want. You should know, though, that if you do go to the tower, it must be stacked with the dead and those who wish they were. Evil alchemy is at work here. I believe we're already dead."
Is there anything else that you can help us with before we start this?
No.
I think we've already pressed the poor man.
Yeah, okay.
He turns back and starts trying to feed his son again.
Can I go to his son while he's trying to feed him?
Yep.
And just see if there's anything I can do to either alleviate some of the pain or assist in some way. I've got a pretty good medicine skill set.
Yes. Can you roll me a medicine check, please?
All right, I'd like to use a fate token to boost this, please.
Yep.
I'll just put it there. And I sort of explain as I'm doing it to the gentleman here, back in the days of the war, I was one of the first clerics on scene to most incidents, so hopefully I can help out this poor boy. All right, ooh, pretty good. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 2 is 14, plus 7 medicine is 21 medicine points.
Wow,
Can I
okay.
alleviate pain? Can I
Yes.
help him? Can I assess more? Is there a way to cure him that doesn't involve alchemy?
All right. So as far as you are able to ease his pain. You see him stop struggling as much. You can still see he is in a bit of pain, but it's much. He's feeling much more at ease.
I give him some anti-inflammatories.
Yeah, exactly. As far as you're
yeah.
aware, and as far as your knowledge reaches, curing him is beyond your understanding.
Okay.
And
But can I ascertain whether or not he can be cured? Is it something I can maybe see?
you have no idea what's happened to him.
Okay.
You do though identify an injection mark concealed by some of the big what are they, these hand breath wounds on his body.
Okay.
An injection.
Does it look like it's a scarred over entry point, or is it fresh?
It's kind of scarred over, but you can see that something was
Yeah.
injected through there. Thick needle.
I just say to Sergio, so you think he was pushed in the lake, and then he was fished out of the lake by yourself,
Yes.
and then you brought him straight here and been trying to keep him alive, and ever since, keep him...
Yes, that is right, yes.
All right. We'll do the best we can to help.
Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. I wish you all the luck from all the gods.
Syra bless you. And I walk downstairs.
We follow. I follow.
And I think that's where we'll end this episode. On that little bit of a
See, look,
melancholic note.
not a trap. Have more faith.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next episode on the Dice Initiative.
Next time on the Dice Initiative. That was my best Jay impersonation.